Alright, so I decided to do a follow-up on that DR, what is it, a brush trimmer mower. And so now I got it barely running, and well, I got the carburetors in and a new belt, and it had a bunch of rust on the handlebars and the wheels and all that stuff. So those are the main things that were left, and I hope it's worth it. I mean, I didn't spend a whole lot of money. A new carb was, you know, next to nothing. I'll have, you know, $25 invested in this, plus my time and a little paint. But I decided to go ahead and finish it off. The only thing I don't have is a battery for it. I didn't even think about that, but it's a real small 12-volt battery, and at least I'll probably jump it just to see, just to make sure the starter is good on it. But I mean, it's just a 6-horse Briggs & Stratton. It's not hard to pull start it, you know. But here you can see where I took the wheels off and painted them black. I used that the rust reformer stuff, and so that should get rid of all the rust. And it's over here I've got the unit just sitting here on the grass with the wheels off. You can see I painted the handlebars. I was about to take the whole thing off. I was like, well, this is gonna be a quick job. And so I just taped off everything, make sure there's not going to be any overspray, and pretty fairly covered all the handlebar and all the rust and everything. So the next thing, I will replace the carburetor, and once this paint dries, that is, then I can handle it. I'll replace the carburetor, and then take a look underneath. And while I'm replacing the belt, I'll probably clean off the pulleys in there and get all the rust off of it. Alright, so that's after the quick paint job. I'd say it looks a lot better, but it's kind of funny that I know it's supposed to be that chrome look, and that's what kind of gets me. But looks a lot better than it did, and it got rid of stopped a lot of the rust that's on there. And well, let's crank it up if I can do this one-handed. Alright, there's halfway on. Give it a few pumps. Alright, it's amazing what a new carburetor will do, huh? It was, that last one was so chewed up, I didn't think it would ever work. So that's it. Everything's working like it should. The only thing I can see that's missing, once I got online and looked at a diagram, there is a post that's supposed to go through this top of the mid handlebar and go down to this. So, and when you get it and turn it, it disengages. What is it? It's the axle, so that you can push this along. And if you're going through a ditch, you know, this way, like the ditch is actually tilted this way, but but your wheels will stay sturdy. They'll still straight, and you can walk in a straight line with the unit tilted over. But I think that's the only thing that's missing on this thing, and of course a battery for the electric start. It's got the key and everything on it, but alright, I got it back on its side, and I want to look at the belt here, because it's so weird. The belt is in not that bad a shape, but oh, I think I see the problem already. It's chewed up here, but see the way this is routed on the outside of that guide? I think this is supposed to be, there we go. Oh, that's better. So it's supposed to be on the inside of that guide. Yep. So now when you're pulling in on the cord, you can see how, while it was on the outside of the guide, it was actually binding it. So that was it. I didn't see that the first time, but I think everything else is good to go. Alright, so I think it's done. I think that was it. Got it all painted up. It looks good. At least it's, you know, stopped all the rust and everything. The new carburetor did wonders for it, and found the problem with the original belt. It was just not routed right through one of the guideposts. And once I put it into place, and it was operating fine. You know, it would engage correctly, and it would disengage when I released it. Before, it wouldn't release it. So, but that was because it was on the outside of a post when it should have been on the inside of the post. But I went ahead and changed the belt anyway, since I guess all that time it chewed up in some places. But and I'd already gotten the belt anyway, so I might as well just change it out and let it go. But that's it. It's ready to go, and I'm ready for the next project.